Namaste, Star Family. Welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. This is your cosmic weather forecast for Gemini season vintage 2025. So, what do we have that involves the sun? That's how we're going to have the theme for this Gemini season when the sun enters at 0 degree. So we're seeing that the sun is still going to be very close merged to Uranus. And that means that all those new opportunities and how we are creating them, the awareness of how we can create, is going to be very much from within. And how is that going to be preceded? We're going to see a lot of weaving of the light and the shadow. So your light self, the part of yourself that you know, and the parts of yourself that you don't know and have yet to integrate. Through Gemini season, you can expect some greater communication and receptivity with your shadow self, integrating parts of your subconscious, especially because of this kite energy involving the sun and Uranus, the South Node, and also Pluto retrograde, and here at the apex, collective North Node and Saturn, and also Neptune. This is in a 4th house energy, so a lot of things that you've experienced in the home as you were raised and growing up that are echoing back with some things that you experienced at a soul level in past lifetimes that is meant to be of service, of purpose. So make sure that through this Gemini season, you're letting your nervous system be receptive to this communication. Why do I mention your nervous system? It's because of Mars in the 9th house. This is a house of initiation, especially spiritually, getting outside of your confinement, what is known, okay? And here with displacement in Leo, there's a lot of burst of confidence in using your past experiences at a soul level through this lifetime and whatever has been occurring lately, even collectively, that is helping you also boost your desires. You see this grand trine energy with Venus, but also Chiron. Chiron right now is helping us find alignment. So the more you find alignment with your heart that resonates with your soul and your purpose on earth, the more you're going to let yourself receive through your nervous system some of the precious data and information from your shadows. Now, you can also expect, with displacement of the moon, to experience great metamorphosis. I'm thinking, and that's the best illustration that comes up, is like this dragonfly energy, where you've been in this nymph state for years and now evolving because this is the right temperature environment, like the whole magical elemental alchemy that is surrounding you that creates your emergence. And with this word emergence, there's this up-leveling, this momentum movement upward that I'm feeling, that I'm seeing here with the moon in opposition to the midheaven. There's something that you did not know about yourself that is going to be revealed, that is sprouting. For some of you, if you've planted some seed of intention, it doesn't have to be last month, it could have been years ago. Even at a soul level, there's something that is finally blooming through this Gemini season. Now, that process is going to feel like pressure cooker energy, and I'll see and I'll showcase to you why do I say this, because of this mystical rectangle energy where the sun is in opposition to the rising and the South Node in opposition to Saturn, Neptune, and the collective North Node. There's this growth effect with especially this metamorphosis, this alchemy surrounding you, that's just creating so much evolution within your own self in so little time. Okay, some of you, there's like going to be such a drastic change from who you were before or at the beginning of Gemini season and at the end. To support you with this emergence energy, I'm going to go ahead with the 12 zodiac signs messages. Now, there is this opposition between the sun and the rising, so I would suggest to watch your rising sign, but there's also the opposition of the moon with the midheaven, which could be also interesting. Now, if you have moved places, cities, country, you might experience what is called a relocation chart. So that's something you would want to look into because it might change your rising, midheaven, your descending, and also your immune coeli. If you don't know how to do this, please stick around on this video. I'm going to include a tutorial. For the relocation chart on astro.com, in the burger option, you go under free horoscopes and then scroll down to horoscope drawings and data and then click on extended chart selection. There you would scroll down all the way to the bottom. I'll show you why first. It's because you have to change the default setting with the reference place, okay? So we're going to modify this data and we're going to change to another town. And let's say we're going to go to Miami, Florida. Okay, there we go, and continue. Now, when you are here with the chart type, you're going to click and scroll all the way down. And here you'll have the relocation chart needs reference place that you click, and then only you can click show the chart. This person was originally born in London, and that means here their rising is the end of Libra, and their midheaven is the beginning of Leo. Let's look at their natal chart before the relocation, so you can see how big of a change that can be. All right, back to the natal chart. There you go. So here that person is Sagittarius rising and a Libra midheaven. So different energies, something that might be useful to some of you. All right, my dear ones, let's look at those 12 zodiac signs, starting with Gemini. So you can watch your sun sign, your rising, or your midheaven. That's what we saw that was suggested in this astrology forecast. Okay, so I'm going to stop the shuffling and we'll just have one card for each zodiac signs. Okay, wow, you have the moon, Gemini. But what I find very interesting is that we saw it in the astrology forecast, like there's this channeling, you're literally emerging from the bottom of your subconscious. There's certain things that you've integrated that are rising and now expressing an aspect of yourself. It feels very charismatic, but not from a place of superficial ego self. It feels really deep, like the depth of your soul, my dear Gemini here, just shines through. And that's what stands out. I feel that some of you, if you are into music, singing, or using your voice for service, okay, that's going to be very much highlighted. Or some of you that if you've ever wanted to have a career that is about public speaking or anything that uses your voice, the power of your voice, or even through words, it could be the voice through written words. This is going to be a really powerful transit for you. All right, next card. This is going to be my dear Cancer. Wow, we got the Justice card. All right, Cancer. And what's interesting is that this scale is at the bottom of the ocean. And there is one scale that has the sword and the other two scrolls, okay? The scrolls, they almost make me associate for you, Cancer, the laws of the universe. And on the other side, your truth. And it's as if you're understanding a certain aspect of your deep hidden self. And as you start finding balance within your subconscious and not let it rule your outside reality, this is where your emergence, you see how the light is there just above, is going to occur. But it is grounded in what you've discovered in your subconscious mind. All right, next we have, my dear Leos. What do you have? The King of Wands. Wow. My dear Leos, okay, what's interesting, I don't know why I'm going to say this, but I feel like the light is behind, as if it's like the casual chakra. Very connected also to this moon energy. Some of you, there's just so much focus that you've put on discovering the depth of yourself, that you're going to have some emergence of ideas. And some of you, it's so interesting. I thought about this last night falling asleep. The importance of understanding where we put tattoos on our body and what it means, okay? So some of you, it's not going to resonate for everyone, but the ones that have tattoos, there's certain things that you imprinted in specific location of your body. And I would suggest looking at maybe the meridian line, your organs, because organs and zodiac placement are connected, and there's certain activation that you enhanced in your body already subconsciously, and that through this Gemini season seems to be even more so activated. Let me just give you an example. I have only one tattoo, okay, and it's the back of my throat chakra, okay, and this is actually a tattoo that means through the power of my imagination that I create my reality. This is very deep, profound calligraphy, Chinese, Japanese imprint that I chose for myself. But I did not know that while I was doing this, I was enhancing and supercharging the power of my voice and my creation through my voice. So I had to learn how to master this, to be able to find alignment with how powerful, because I was supercharging my throat chakra, okay? And if you're coming from negative mindset and conditioning, you're going to sometimes say things that are not a match to what you ideally want to manifest, and you're going to project the opposite. So I really had to understand this, and I feel like some of you, that might be something you want to take into account. But if you don't have any tattoo, there's maybe, you know what? Okay, thank you, Spirit. This is a little bit different for you, my dear Leos. It may be moles, beauty moles, birthmarks. Okay, there's certain things on your body that are there naturally that might have a meaning and that might be activated. There's certain things on your body that is going to surface into this expression of yourself that is very confident and inspired. All right, next we have, my dear Virgos. All right, Virgos, what do you have? Ooh, the sun. Okay, so Virgo, the sun was in opposition to the rising. So in Gemini season, you can see that you're going to be celebrating some of the discoveries when you went deep dive within yourself. Now, it might be the result of a long journey, okay? I feel as some of you, there might be a certain aspect of feeling exhausted by the path, the journey, but through Gemini season, you're going to find the fuel. You're going to see how doing this energy work, this deep diving within yourself is not meant to drain you, but actually call back some parts of yourself. And for you, my dear Virgo, I feel that if you're struggling with this temporal aspect of yourself, I would suggest, and I'm going to put it somewhere where you can see it, and also in the video description, the soul fragments retrieval, okay? That's going to help you a lot. After Virgo, we have, my dear Libra. Oh, Libra, 4 of Cups. In Gemini season, look at this. There is something that Spirit is going to offer you. If you felt like you were lacking a certain awareness or some piece of the puzzle was missing, Gemini season is definitely going to offer it to you. This is the cosmos, but it is going to be from your shadow self. So this is from the deep within, and it's bringing up to the surface so it can help you. I don't know if for who that is, it's not going to resonate for everyone, but some of you, if there is struggle around addiction, I need to say it because I felt it. You might get some support as far as understanding why you're reaching out for a certain habit or certain repetition of a pattern. It doesn't have to be physical substance addiction. It can be just being addicted to worrying. Okay, that's what I feel for you, and that's coming from talking and exchanging with your shadow self and understanding what is the fuel behind it. Okay, this is something that's very much linked to your nervous system. You're not gonna like me saying this, Libra, but maybe some of you might want to go through a little bit of a detox protocol, something that helps you. Either it's like detox from social media, detox from too much TV, detox from certain foods and certain habits, whatever resonates with you. But through this process, you're going to be able to have much more silence that allows you to communicate through your nervous system with your shadow self and understand how to re-emerge, like with a version of yourself that feels integrated and whole. Scorpio, let's see what card you have. You have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful energy. I think you might hear all the chicken behind. You might hear Abigail eating next to me. Okay, there's something interesting here with all those animals. There might be something for you, my dear Scorpio, as far as your connection to pets, your connection to nature, that empowers you. Oh, wow. Yes, I felt it. As soon as I said it, I felt your groundness, okay? So Scorpio out there, whether rising, midheaven, or sun sign, there's something here as far as what nature provides you, as if it's anchoring you to help find your truth, find your alignment, and almost like ground yourself and let the depth of yourself emerge through you. You know, I feel that some of you would highly benefit from grounding. That means barefoot on the grass, in nature, and just feeling Mother Earth's frequency through your own body and nervous system. There is here like a certain expression of yourself as you're practicing grounding or connecting to nature that is going to be part of your emergence and de-integrates itself. Hi Sagittarius, let's look at your card. Okay, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Something that you're changing through Gemini season. Some of you, I feel like, Sagittarius, there might be a certain way of living your life, scrolling around like Abigail just did, just like passing by. There's something that you're changing in your way of addressing life. Maybe some of you, if you are a tendency to overdo or being overly stressed, just there's this invitation, because as you slow down, because the Wheel of Fortune creates momentum. Now I did happen to pull it reverse, but it didn't feel like it was like almost like carved in stone. Like it's not something, it's almost like you're the one deciding which way you're going, up or down. But that means like up in terms of light or down in terms of the shadow, diving into the subconscious. So for you, when you dive into the subconscious self, Sagittarius, you're actually able to emerge up. Okay, so there's something about in order to rise, in order to expand, in order to achieve your goals, you have to first really deep dive to go out and manifest. Okay, so there's almost like this change of how you're looking at things or how you're doing things, accomplishing things. It's not through the doing, it's through the receiving end. Yeah, very different, very different. Capricorn, what is your card? You have the Devil card. That's your card, okay? Which is very interesting because Capricorn is teaching us how to master our mind, okay? And it also is creating all the illusion, all the imprisonment of this devil energy. So there's a lot of invitation for you, Capricorn, through Gemini season to master your mind. And this mermaid is above, you know, the surface. So she's not in the ocean. So there's certain belief system, maybe certain patterns of programs in your mind that needs to be cleared. And I have some perfect frequency for you, my dear Capricorn, okay, whether sun rising or midheaven. I'm going to suggest to you, I'm going to put it up there somewhere, and also in the video description, my clear and boost mindset. Okay, the first 10 minutes are there to clear your mind, and then the last 10 are there to boost the endorphins, boost a lot of great hormones, and help your brain find, after clearing, find this momentum to not let yourself be stifled by the past programs. Because I feel like this is what happens for you this Gemini season, my dear Capricorn. You're removing those bars. You say bar, like being behind bars, okay? You're going to actually disintegrate them, not through struggling, but almost like through releasing the fight and the resistance and allowing more through the receptivity, the communication with your shadow self. Frequency healing will help greatly, and let yourself integrate those frequencies, the cosmic flow around you, and that will dissolve by itself. Aquarius, let's see what we have for you. We have the Tower card, which is Mars. We saw in the collective forecast that there was a boost of confidence that was coming from this whole process of weaving the shadow and the light self, integrating all parts of ourselves. So for you, that's going to be very important to nurture your nervous system. So again, this is for sun, rising, or midheaven, okay? And I don't know why I feel this message more for the midheaven people, Aquarius, okay? Because there's something about you showing the way, showing the light of the integrated self, okay? Because it's some of you, I don't know, I feel like there's something that you're sharing with others. It could be through your social media, it could be through a book, it could be through your job, or just the expression of who you're becoming, that is showing this guidance of what it looks like to be an integrated self, you know, integrating all those parts of ourselves and finding truth in it. Yes, very strong. With the green and the red, there's this connection between the heart and the root chakra, as if like you're able to make your desires be manifested through this nervous system, okay? So some of you, if you had certain desires, certain goals, this Gemini season is helping you through the integration, through the emergence of the integrated self, to really connect directly to your heart and seeing it manifest like that, okay? That's I feel very strong manifestation, but it comes from a healed, integrated nervous system. Okay, my dear Pisces, we have the High Priestess. Okay, so Pisces, very interesting energy where I feel this opposition between the moon and the midheaven, where there's like this portal that you're opening through Gemini season. You're opening the doors to a place that is unknown to you. Maybe some of you, you've tried to manifest certain goals that are, I don't know why I'm hearing the word lofty, like it's like very grand for you, or just, you know, something that people would say like, oh, who do you think you are to aim that high, or things like that. But it's because a part of your soul is called to this goal. If you're struggling, dear Pisces, with this, okay, I'm going to put up there somewhere, and also in the video description, my frequency called the imposter syndrome, okay, because I really feel that for this emergence to occur and this download through your nervous system of the integrated self, you really want to remove anything negative from the past programs, especially involving others, okay? So that's part of my Super Empath album. Some of you actually are empaths and are struggling with your gift of empathy and still feeling like it's a curse. I suggest the whole album, just go for it. When I created it, this is because I was struggling with my empathy and making it a superpower instead of a curse. And I listened to the whole album for 6 months. It changed my whole energy, my whole aura, my whole field, my whole reality. So very strong recommendation here, but especially in terms of what is available to you. There's just so much that wants to come forward through the version of your integrated self. Aries, what do we have for you? Ooh, Aries. Okay, the star. The star. You know, what I feel for you, because there's a part that is emerge and a part that is submerged. Yeah, submerged and emerge. That you're finding balance. You're finding your stride in this Gemini season, my dear Aries. There's something like through the breath. Some of you, if you are into breath work, this is going to really support you, just tuning into your breath. It's going to open up a certain gateway, a certain pathway, a certain portal where you're going to really shine in this integrated version of yourself. You see, like this card is like the epitome. I think that's the word. I'm sorry. Epitome. Okay, you know what I mean. Like like the climax of this energy. That's like the perfect illustration of this Gemini season, where you're going to shine through this weaving of your truth from the shadow and the light self. All right, Taurus, last but not least, what do we have? We have the Page of Cups. Beautiful. Look at this. I feel for you, my dear Taurus, that it's through looking through the eyes of the child that you're going to find healing. Let your curiosity, let the nature around you, and I'm seeing like this chicken next to me just going crazy. So maybe let the animals, like, yes, even animals, like let nature inspire you and just make you joyful, connect to their language. Maybe some of you get into the habit, if you're witnessing an animal that is unusual, or even, a bird, a kind of bird, look into the animal spirit meaning of it. I feel that you're weaving your communication, especially with spirit, through Gemini season, and seeing how it's echoing you back and how it's going to really excite you like a child, as if you're like on this quest. I'm thinking like Zelda. Some of you know I'm old. Nintendo games. Yeah, like this quest energy, where you're just finding clues and just letting the universe guide you. So I feel a lot of excitement for you, my dear Taurus, in Gemini season. A lot of communication with the animal kingdom, nature, but everything that surrounds you. It can also be with numbers and synchronicities. So continue having fun, because this is the part of you that is whole, is really especially involving your inner child, and how you have this beautiful glow about you from this youthfulness, the state of unconditional love, unconditional curiosity, just infinite. Yeah, it just feels lovely. So that's what I have for you.